It is the 14th day of January 2023. A very good afternoon to you. My name is Stanley Yerungita. Welcome to Newsfeed right here at TV47. In the next 30 minutes, I'll be updating you on what is happening in the country and beyond. And top of the stories that we'll be updating you on is President William Ruto's Nyanza region tour, and also the burial of TV journalist and celebrated TV journalist Katherine Kasavuli, and we'll be updating you on what is happening. Remember, top on the agenda of that particular President William Ruto's region to the Nyanza in Siaya today, where he'll meet Siaya Governor James Orengo and also Siaya Senator Oburu Odinga. And still on the same, leaders allied to the Kenya Kwanza Alliance in Embu County have lauded the move by Nyanza leaders to welcome the head of state despite political differences with former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. Ambere North Member of Parliament Geoffrey Ruku noted that the unity of the country was paramount and will ensure meaningful development in the region. Now speaking during a visit to check on the progress of sorghum farming project by Pan-African Climate Justice Alliance in his constituency, the MP further dismissed claims that there was an infighting between the Deputy President and Principal Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, while terming the assertions a creation of the media.
A good thing that the Honorable Raila Odinga has decided to put his tools of trade down so that we can develop and build this country united. It is good that the politicians in Nyanza have decided, and now they know that we have only one symbol of unity in this country, who is the President of the Republic of Kenya. It is good for Raila Odinga to continue with that kind of trend. The Right Honorable Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and His Excellency Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, we know those who are in Kenya Kwanza. These two gentlemen are working very well. There is no difference between the two. There is no power games between the two. And let's not try to, create lifts where there are none.
Meanwhile, veteran journalist Katherine Kasavuli's funeral service is currently underway at the Nyang'ori Boys High School ahead of her burial at home in Zululu Village, Vihiga County. Now, leaders attending the burial include Prime Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, NARC Kenya leader Martha Karua, among others. Let's cross over there to Vihiga for the latest happenings.
Kwa hiyo nafasi alitupatia. So, kabla sija introduce our nieces and grandchildren, nephews, nina ombi moja kwa serikali na viongozi ambao wako hapa siku ya leo. Jinsi mulisikia nyanya yetu akisema, our grandmother akisema anapenda nyama sana. Mulisikia? Ningeomba tu ya kwamba munapoenda kwa your various duty posts, mukumbuke hii jamii. Help us raise another Katherine. Apart from Martin, I know he's not yet there, lakini mutukumbuke wengi walikuwa na businesses mali hapa, and when corona hit, the businesses went under, and kindly remember us so that we can continue giving Shosho a piece of meat. Asanteni. So ningependa kuchukua nafasi hii kusimamisha nephews and nieces. Tafadhali simama. Wave to nephews and nieces. Juliet, simameni kwa haraka tafadhali. Hao walimuita shangazi. Asante. Aunt Katherine pia alikuwa na grandchildren. Ningependa tu wasimame. All the grandchildren. Mark akiwa anaongoza. Wave, just wave. You can have your seat. Asante.
I'd like to call upon the sisters. I think they've said a word, but you can just stand up. That's the last born is Liz, and then there was Katherine, and then Aunt Abigail, and then my mother, That's Lois. The last is a brother, but he's not there. Okay, so I'd like to invite our grandmother to come and say a word. Katherine's mother.
No, ni mukibambiro nyang'ori wabantu bigana lubuoni mabagaragara mukiguti mubuoni bufa mabatira baramu mrembe na namuomba Mungu hata sijui, unajua bongo yangu I don't remember. Mbole sandi zanga sai kugihanwa cyamba kigira bana Katherine yari umwana murahi sana kigira ni yakomoro mama ngana gege Katherine ya
Florence Mutua. Right, those are particular live pictures from Nyang'ori Boys High School, that is in Zululu village, and a few moments we saw Mama Rachel Kasavuli, that is Katherine Kasavuli's mother, 90-year-old mother, speaking right there, and we'll definitely be updating what is happening. I've seen a particular message from our socials. Somebody saying the Zululu Tigoi Eramba Road should be renamed Kasavuli Road. Food for thought for the leaders there. And some other matters. Zima Coalition is now demanding the political parties fund to be released to enable opposition parties to operate effectively. Jubilee Party Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni says President William Ruto has sidelined the opposition parties, reading mischief from Kenya Kwanza government. Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna, on his side, claims Ruto's UDA party has gotten its share through the back door. Paul Kirobi with more.
The Azimio coalition leaders have started reading mischief from President William Ruto's government, citing the scheme to kill the efforts of political parties to put the government in check. Azimio coalition party leaders led by the Jubilee Secretary General Jeremiah Kioni says most of the parties are struggling to conduct their businesses and ensure they run their activities effectively. This is despite the court order on the release of the political parties fund to parties.
If the registrar of political party took 5% of it, that would amount to 300 million shillings. Therefore, a remaining amount of 5.7 billion shillings needed to have been availed to the political parties.
Nairobi Senator Edwin Sifuna is alleging that Ruto's UDA party has been receiving funds through the back door, hence the quiet as other parties scramble for the funds. They now term the move as part of the efforts to stifle the opposition coalitions and ensure a smooth sail for President William Ruto in his tenure.
We are in agreement that we suspect that the ruling party, UDA, which went to court to stop this disbursement of resources, has found a way illegally to access this fund to the exclusion of other political parties. Because for them, they are not feeling the pinch or the pressure. They are enjoying some source of funding which we do not know.
And, the process of democratization is now under threat. And this particular government, more than any other, needs to really be checked.
Hatuwezi tukarudi nyuma hata inchi moja.
The political party's funding is normally a sticky issue at the end of every election cycle and is said to have been behind the collapse of the NASA coalition after the 2017 election.
The only thing that is there is lying from a person who lied 5 years ago, for a whole 5 years ago, and now he has again come to lying to Kenyans that he is talking to Kenyans. He is helping political parties that are not in government to check him. How can we be able to check him if he has denied us funding?
According to the Political Parties Act 2021, 70% of the fund is distributed proportionately by reference to the total number of votes secured by each political party in the preceding general election. In a Gazette notice dated November 2nd, 2022, Register of Political Parties under Ruto stated that President William Ruto-led party will be allocated 577,162,898. In the funds set to be disbursed quarterly, Orange Democratic Movement ODM is set to receive 308,260,000. Retired President Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee Party came third with 135,113, followed by Kalonzo Musyoka Wiper Party set to receive an allocation of 72,110,000. The Wafula Wamunyinyi-led Party Democratic Action Party of Kenya DAPK will receive an allocation of 31,642,000. The allocation of the Political Parties Fund Act set aside 0.3% of the national government revenue to finance activities of political parties in advancing democracy. Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Now, elsewhere, traders in Narok Town have raised concern over increased cases of fire incidences reported in the recent past that has caused them to incur huge losses. The traders, led by Township MCA Lucas Kudate, said about 5 fire incidences have been reported in various parts of the town in a period of 1 month, reducing to ashes 5 shopping centers in Mungaro area, a hotel, a church, and apartments in Majengo Estate. However, Governor Patrick Ole Ntutu said the police have launched investigations to ascertain the cause of the fire, warning that arsonists found culpable will be brought to book. The Deputy County Commissioner Silas Gatobu urged the residents to report any suspected electrical faults to the respective authorities so that they can be repaired early enough.
Kimoto tu inatokezea. Ndio, sisi wote tunajua tuko na manyumba na tuko na maboma. Inaweza fanyika once in a while. Lakini 5 kwa mwezi moja, hapana. Mpaka tujiulize ni kwa nini hizi moto zinatokea. Nimetoa timi ambayo itachunguza hii moto ilikuwa accident ama kuna mtu ambaye anafanya hivyo. Kwa sababu kama ni mtu anafanya ili watu wengi waumie hivi, hatuwezi kubali kama serikali yenyu. Tayari nilikuwa nimeita hii timu yangu, nikauliza kwa nini fire ikitoka ama moto ikitoka pali popote, mbona hatuna gari zetu ya kwenda kuzima moto? Hiyo ndio nilikuwa nimeshinda the whole day today. Sasa nimeamua kama gavana wenyu, mimi nitanunua gari 5.
Iko wengine wenu ambayo ni wachache wanasema hata hiyo gari ya kaunti imechelewa, wanapiga mawe, wanataka kuchoma. Hiyo vitu hatutaki kusikia na hatutaki kuona. Hapo hii ni mali yenu. Hii ni nyinyi ndio mnasaidiwa, saa ile imetokea. Kwa hivyo kwa nini uchome gari?
Also, Kilifi Governor Gideon Mungaro has promised to partner with private players in the water sector to address water scarcity in the region. Addressing the press, the county boss said that this requires a collective responsibility between governments and the private sector through public-private partnerships. The residents of Vipingo Ridge have benefited from the piped desalinated water. Mungaro says the desalination will be used for agriculture and household.
An operation which gets water. There are boreholes near the sea, and then they pump water, they desalinate and gets fresh water. And these are 3 million liter water tank. So basically, at the moment, they don't use that much water for the people they are supplying around, but they can go higher. So we are just looking at the possibilities on how we can partner as a county. I've connected here, isn't it?
Yes.
The water scarcity in Kilifi, I think, is to say there's water scarcity is an understatement. We have a problem of water, and if we can get such ideas and money to develop such projects, we're already partnering with some people from the US in Kaloleni, where I'm going now, Mwanamwinga, and soon we'll be doing like 4 or 5 boreholes. We'll be doing a similar thing, desalination.
It's part of a wider master plan, and there is no master plan to attract investment in a county that can survive without water security. So this, I would call it the heart of the investment in the county. Already it's an investment that is paying good dividends to the community. We are supplying.
Laikipia County's health sector has received a major boost after UDAID donated 5 motorcycles in a bid to aid community health workers' mobility for seamless healthcare services delivery. Laikipia Governor Joshua Irungu, while receiving the donation, said the motorcycles will enable the community health workers to reach residents in that timely manner. He pointed out that Through USAID to Janga Jamii, they had benefited also with the recruitment of 98 health workers for seamless health service delivery in the county.
Excellency will request that you will give
kupitia USAID as a donor and our partners, and they have been here for a while, and that's why today we were commissioning and launching the 5 motorbikes for mobility. Kuna yale masungumuzo tutasungumuza na wao to absorb kwa county government na ndio waweze kuendelea na kupatiana matibabu na usaidizi kwa county. Now program ikiendelea na kurecruit wengine, and by doing so there will be a lot of skill enhancement. Now again there will be a lot of gaining experience. Now by doing so we will be at the end of the day give adequate and quality service of health services to our people. Kwa hivyo tunataka kuchukua hii nafasi kuwashukuru.
15 minutes past the top of the hour, you're watching Newsfeed. We'll be right back.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
2009, All Saints has strived to nurture confident, responsible and ambitious young men into future leaders. Located on 20 acres in a serene and conducive environment, some 4 kilometers from Embu Town Center, it's a modest, cost-friendly education center. We are proud of our strong heritage of opening minds, unlocking talents, and building leaders. We prepare young men for a life dedicated to leadership, achievement, and service to the world. All Saints Senior Boys Academy. We make the difference.
You are watching TV 47, the home of untold stories.
Right, welcome back. This is Newsfeed. The Honourable Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has assured Kenyans that the government has initiated several measures to revive the ailing economy to caution them from the high costs of living. Ndindi, who also doubles as the chair to the Budget Committee in the National Assembly, said among the mitigation measures include introduction of subsidies to farmers and widening the tax base in order to generate more revenue that will make the country independent and not rely on foreign debt to meet its financial obligations. He was speaking during the flagging off of 25-kilometer walk to raise funds worth 120 million towards the construction of a retreat center for the SEK Diocese of Mount Kenya Diocese at the Waithaga within Kiharu constituency.
Serikali tunakopa pesa hata ya kulipa mishahara, na vile tumeingia na hawa wananchi wa Kenya wametupea nafasi, tumeona sio vizuri nchi ya Kenya iendelee kuwa nchi ya kukopa sana. Kwa hivyo tumeona ni vizuri tukuze biashara zetu, tukuze ukulima, na tukikuza kila mtu akuwe na mapato. Hata mapato ya serikali ili ya ushuru itaongezeka. Kwa hivyo hatutarajii kuongeza Wakenya wale wanalipa ushuru mwingine. Tunatarajia kutengeneza watu wengi, to have a larger tax base of the people who are making money from businesses, from employment, so that we have many more people paying taxes, because we have created opportunities for them.
And we want to raise a minimum of 120 million just to kick off or to start the project. And we believe God is together with us, and we will be able to achieve what is in our hearts, so that we may see at our session conference.
Bungoma County Members of Parliament and County Assembly, that is MCAs, have accused Governor Kenneth Lusaka of interfering with the scholarship program in the county. Speaking at Milima Ward in Tongaren constituency, Bungoma County, the leaders said the leaders led by Tongaren MP John Chikati and his Kimilili counterpart Didmus Baraza accused the county government of removing some beneficiaries on the scholarship list. They have urged Governor Lusaka and Education CEC David Wamalili to retain all beneficiaries and remove students from well-off families.
Lakini wala ambao wanafanya hiyo vetting wanaifanya kwa njia mbaya. Huwezi simama mahali kama hapa useme ya kwamba mtoto mwenye alikuwa kwa list ya bursary last year mwaka huu hauko, na hujajua condition ya huyo mtoto yuko namna gani. Mtoto anaweza kuwa alikuwa orphan, hana mzazi, na huyo mtoto yuko form 2, utamtoaje kwa listi ya basari? Huyo mtoto lazima aendelee mpaka amalize form 4.
Nimeambia wananchi wa Kimilili, kama uko kwa scholarship ya county government ya Bungoma, alafu utolewe, usichukue kamba kwenda kujinyonga, usitembee kwa barabara, wewe chukua box yako ya shule, vaa uniform. Kama unatoka Tongaren, enda kwa boma ya John Murumba Chikati akupeleke shule, akupeleke kwa governor, basari rudi ukwende shule. Kama uko Kimilili, kuja kwangu nyumbani na box na socks na viatu kila kitu, ukupeleke kwa governor. Mimi nakuja kwa gari yangu, kama muko wengi naidisha basi ya shule, mnakaa hapo, tunaenda kwa Ken Lusaka hapo Mapera, basi unafanya namna gani? Unakwenda shule.
Mambo ya rebating nakubali, nyinyi fanya rebating, lakini kumbuka mtoto wa masikini msimtoe kwa listi. Kama zinabaza. Yaani wale watu walifanya rebating, huyu wote admin amesimama hapo. Si yeye ndiye alifanya vetting. Yeye ndiye anafanya tena rebating. Uhaki utakuwa hapo wapi? Hapo na haki ya bao. Hala.
Kitui Governor Dr. Julius Malombe has signed an MOU with the Water and Irrigation Principal Secretary Dr. Kiprono Rono on the non-revenue water to improve water provision efficiency, services and performance in Kitui. Now, Governor Malombe said that the move by the ministry is set to reduce water loss and make the commodity availability for use. On his part, PS Dr. Rono indicated that the ministry had identified critical water projects to be implemented within Kitui to reduce water shortage. According to the Ministry of Water, Kitui loses 52% of water that could otherwise be used for industrial, domestic and irrigation.
50,000 cubic meters per day, so that we address the town centers, water in the rural areas, and water for the industries and institutions in Kitui. For us as government to address those issues, we have identified some critical water projects which we must implement within this county so that you can get what we call safe and adequate and clean water for use.
Masinga Kitui Water Project, which my colleague Governor Wavinya talked about, and which I also heard, and the commonality of what she said and what I said is the water is not sufficient to serve both the Kitui and to serve parts of Machakos, particularly Masinga sub-county and also the Yata sub-county. And therefore we requested the President to assist us, to support us in.
Now, Kitui Church South MP Anthony Kibagendi now wants the senseless killings witnessed in the county to stop. According to Kibagendi, the killings threaten to undermine security and unity of the local community. Speaking at Darajambili Primary School during a public participation session, the MP decried murder and violent incidences witnessed against spouses, children and relatives. Now, he associated the incidences to drug abuse, intoxicating substances and stress, urging the residents to utilize guidance and counseling services from the church, local administration and elders. A High Court advocate cum Pastor Herbert Nyamurongi challenged the judiciary to take advantage of the impending RRI occasion to resolve simmering disputes that had been pending in courts. According to the advocate, unsettled disputes, especially on land, often lead to murder cases.
Watu wameuana, mmeona mtoto mmoja juzi hapa ametolewa macho, watoto wameuawa kule Bobasi, kuna kijana hapa Ruora aliua mama yake sababu ya mambo ya shamba, alikuwa amelewa. Kwa hivyo tunataka tubadilishe hiyo narrative. Hata watoto wetu wasichana tunaogopa wanaweza kosa kupata wanaume kutoka hizo kabila zingine, sababu hata atasema watu wa kule Kisii wanaua watu.
Practitioners, of course, one of the reasons which we have pointed out is understaffing of judicial staff. But again, on the other hand, we are also contributors to the backlog of matters that we have here, the murder cases that we have, of course, owing to the numerous applications for adjournments and at times our unpreparedness to proceed with matters in court and failure to comply with directions given by court. And of course, the prosecution is also guilty of, at times, not presenting witnesses. And so when we have unresolved disputes, for instance, a land dispute can easily mutate into a murder. So when, as people, we look at the judicial system and imagine that it is not an option in dispute resolution, then it is very easy to resort to murders.
And to the wonderful world of sports, the 2022 Sports Personality of the Year award has received a major financial boost after giant telco Safaricom partnered with the organizers of the event in a sponsorship deal worth 500,000 Kenyan shillings. This year's edition of the event will be the 19th edition and will be held at the Kenyatta International Convention Center, that is KICC, having already been hosted in Kakamega, Mombasa and Nakuru counties. Speaking during the signing of the partnership deal, Safaricom CEO Peter Ndegwa emphasized the company's commitment to supporting sports and sports personalities in the country, as well as developing talent in Kenya. This year's Soya has 9 categories, including the school contest, which makes a return after 2-year hiatus due to the COVID-19 restrictions that hampered the school games.
We will be celebrating it maybe in a week's time. 19 years. When we started Soya, we say we have to do something for sportsmen. These people carry the pride, the honor of our nation globally.
And a little bit of sports, I'll have to say this as a Manchester United fan. Today is the Manchester Derby. Man City fans, in case you defeat us, please, the whole banter, reduce it